Thank you. So welcome everyone to the India Giving Day kickoff webinar town hall. We're so happy you're here. If you are here, that almost means by definition that you're a leader in India Giving Day. And your leadership has put us into a position to have a very successful final days in India Giving Day on March 2nd. I thank all of you. We're gonna basically hear from some of our leaders, but we're gonna leave a lot of time to just hear from you, from people who are on this call who maybe have something to announce, something to share, an intuition, a celebration, an acknowledgement, a complaint, a request, anything. So this is really mostly an open forum, and we are very, very happy that you are here. And many of you know, by the way, I'm Alex Counts, and I am the part-time executive director of the India Philanthropy Alliance that is sponsoring India Giving Day. I'm also the director of India Giving Day campaign, I guess. I don't know. That's I think I kind of ended up in that role, and it's been so much fun. We are kind of gearing up, and honestly, a lot of what's going to happen is we've set the table well, but we'll see how the community and how the world and how the United States and people who love India responds. I often said when we were launching this, I said our goal in our first year is to learn and not to embarrass ourselves, so we don't make it difficult for us to do this in future years. And I think we're actually set up to do well beyond those low expectations, but we'll see. And it's very exciting to be learning a lot and to be gaining following, and that we'll be talking about some of the things that are happening around the country shortly. One of the watchwords and people that'll look to us as leaders, in my mind, when people look at India Giving Day, maybe just for a minute, because they saw something in the media, two of the questions I think people will ask is, number one, do I do this now or do I put it off? And I hope a lot of people decide to do something now. And a lot of people will say, should I give this amount? And one of the questions I hope they ask is, well, why don't I just give triple that amount? And if enough people engage with us, engage out of a place of generosity, of joy, of camaraderie, I think it's going to be an incredible campaign, and we're going to accomplish a lot this year and set us up for a lot of success in future years. I wanted to, the first person I'm going to introduce, if they're on the line, I want to introduce our chairman of IPA and then our co-chairs of our steering committee. Deepak, are you on the line? Okay, I don't hear Deepak. Peg, if you could keep an eye out if Deepak joins us. I want to have our some welcoming words that are very relevant for tonight from our two co-chairs. And first, want to hear from Sejal Desai, the executive director of the Akanksha Education Fund, and the person who, in my mind, really got the India Philanthropy Alliance behind this whole initiative. We're so glad you're with us and your colleagues and your board, and in every way, Akanksha is so clearly behind this. Sejal, over to you to welcome people and say whatever's on your mind tonight.
Thank you so much, Alex. Hi, everyone. It's so exciting for us to be at this point in the India Giving Day planning and implementation process. Earlier this year, as Alex was mentioning, we were simply brainstorming ideas to activate individuals from the Indian diaspora and others who are passionate about giving to India. And we thought about creating this movement, right, to meaningfully inspire and engage a large group of people, and we were wondering, about ways to do this. And as Alex mentioned, I am currently the executive director of Akanksha Education Fund, but in my previous organization, the Communities Foundation of Texas, over 12 years ago, we started something called North Texas Giving Day. And it was a movement to engage Dallasites to give to North Texas focused causes. In year one, we ended up raising about $4 million. And at its peak a year ago, the organization had mobilized over $80 million for nonprofits across the region. And I basically am saying this to sort of underscore the effort that this is a cumulative process, right? It's year over year. You build on what you've done the year before, and you learn through the process as well. And so, but I also want to mention that beyond these large numbers, what North Texas Giving Day or any Giving Day really represented was the ability for anyone to give at any level, but still feel like they were part of something much bigger. And so whether you give $5 or $25, you were part of this $80 million, initiative across the region. And so I'm very hopeful that as India Giving Day, builds out, that we will be able to do the same for it as well, right? And so this fundamental idea, which was to basically take individual generosity and to amplify it through a collective giving platform, is really what Giving Days tend to be about. And so, when I think about this collective philanthropy effort, that is enabling all of us, right, and these nonprofits to have come together, what's really important is that we embody the spirit of learning from one another, cheering one another, working together. And big or small, whether we've raised more or raised less, we're all still part of this very important movement, right? And I hope we can walk through it without judgment, or without feeling like we were bigger or smaller, right? We're all part of this, and we're, and I hope we can celebrate collectively, either way. And so, anyway, this was, this is intended to be this initiative, right, that I think, at least based on what we're seeing so far, I feel like there will be a year two for India Giving Day, which in itself is success, right? So anyway, I wanted to thank the team. I wanted to thank Alex and Peg and everybody else that has supported, as well as our steering team, because it's been a lot of work over the last several months, and this couldn't have been done if so many people hadn't come together with a common goal. And so really, really excited about where this is at. And I read this weekend, I think is when we in Diaspora posted Susan App's article, where one thing that she said in there really resonated with me. And I, in case you haven't read the article, I'll just sort of mention it. But, the key thing with diaspora philanthropy is that we must measure success beyond just funding, right? She talks about the fact that collective giving of time, money, and other resources is rooted in the values of solidarity and responsibility. And for diaspora communities like ours, it can demonstrate love for the homeland. But more generally, it puts front and center the need for and the potential of greater global generosity. So with that spirit, right, I just want to congratulate everybody for making it up to this point. And we have a few more days left. So I hope we can put all of this energy into the next 4 days, but then continue that energy going forward and keeping up this collaborative spirit. So just wanted to thank everybody for being here and for everything they're doing to make the first India Giving Day a success. Back to you, Alex.
Thank you, Sejal. And, it's Susan's piece, which was really a major development for this campaign, was first of all inspired by Cry America. And thanks to the team at Cry America, she wants to become more involved with what we're doing from academia and as a writer. And so many people have approached me in the last 10 days and said, how can I get more involved in India Giving Day, in India Philanthropy Alliance, in philanthropy focused on India? And that's always what we were hoping. Well, your leadership, Sejal, on the steering committee has been tremendous. And our other leader, Manisha Bharti, is here, the co-chair of the, I'm not sure you all knew what you were getting into when I recruited you into these roles, but thank God you agreed. And Manisha, love to hear from you at this point.
Sure. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. I would just like to give a big ditto to everything Sejal said, in the sense of appreciation for the team, excitement for, I think, what we're seeding, what we've really just seeded. And yeah, I feel like it actually has resulted in a lot more than I could have ever expected. So Alex, yes, it was more engagement than I had expected, but it's also a lot more results than I had expected. And it really, I've been thinking about today's kickoff, and I was just I think it's an African proverb. They always say African proverbs are from Africa, but one that is a favorite of mine is to say, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And to me, that's so much about what the India Philanthropy Alliance is about, and what I think India Giving Day is about. And what's incredible to me is how far I think we've gone quite fast. We've gone very, very quickly. I remember, wasn't that long ago when I think, Sejal, you and I were sort of talking about what would be a good date to do this. And it felt like that was going to be a really long time from now, that March 2nd date. But just to say how excited I personally am to use this, that like I'm still somewhat new at Pratham and new back in this community. And it's just couldn't have been a better way to sort of enter, and just really wanted to share both appreciation and excitement for this inaugural, and can't wait to see what this seeds in terms of what flourishes in years to come.
Thank you, Manisha. Thank you for your strong leadership along with Sejal of the steering committee. I want to talk about the steering committee in a second, but let me just, if I can, I want to just take a moment to thank our sponsors, and hopefully you all can see that. It's not probably displayed in the exact right way, but anyway, that's the way it goes sometimes. Here we go. Can you see that? Oh, you know what? Hold on one second here. We're going to get there.
We saw it, Alex, I think. Yeah.
Okay. So, when you're doing a first year of an event like this, the issue is often people, your financial supporters and others say, well, what's your track record and who else is on board as a sponsor? And you say, well, we have no track record, and at a certain point we had no other sponsors. So fortunately, the Rural India Supporting Trust came on board in a major way at a critical time. Then Bank of America and MasterCard came on, but really it was the Segal Foundation, Wadhwani Impact Trust, and the Raj Family Foundation that, without their early support, their angel investing, if you will, in a philanthropic sense, we would have never gotten to this point. We also want to thank Bali 92.3 and Venkat Ketanini, who brought them on board. And these are tremendously important donors to us. So let's all thank them, and realize that we wouldn't be having all the things that will happen over the next coming days wouldn't be possible without them. Now I want to go, this will really challenge me. Give me a second here. I want to thank our steering committee. So you've heard from our co-chairs. Here we go. But we have members of this committee that honestly, this group has been meeting monthly for almost a year, and have been meeting weekly for basically since the beginning of the year. So these are, can you see that? So Manisha and Sejal are our co-chairs, and then Devika, and Paul and Manisha Gandhi, Kalpana Kanthan from AIF, Adam McGregor from CRY. So this group has been helping us in every way possible, advising the staff, taking on assignments, generating ideas, critiquing ideas. So anyway, I hope you all can join me in thanking our steering committee, who's been so important in making this all happen. We also have a group of 10 national co-chairs who have who lent their name, and in some cases much more. Deshish Bande, Safira Goradia, Lata Krishnan, M.R. Rangaswamy, Raju Reddy, Deepak Raj, Suri Segal, and Ramesh Srinivasan, Sunil Wadhwani, Premal Shah, good friend of mine, co-founder of Kiva. These are folks that, again, they lent their credibility to us in a very profound way. And we're extremely grateful to all of them. Deepak, is Deepak on the line? I just wanted to give you a chance to, as our chairman, maybe he's had difficulty connecting. And then we've created, this has been slow to develop. Again, we didn't have a roadmap here, but we've gotten some wonderful ambassadors, Ishita Ganguly, Mitali Perkins, Fareed Zakaria, and 2 youth ambassadors who joined us. And in this inaugural year, this group will grow. But again, let us really realize that when you're starting something new, it's the courageous who are willing to throw their lot in you before you have a track record, and help you develop a track record. And we're extremely grateful. The last group that I want to acknowledge before we hear from some of those who are organizing webinars and various things is our team. I think they are, I don't know if they're listed up here. Who knows? So you see some of them. This is a kind of a whole collage of all of our members. Here we go. So these are the folks that really have been working around the clock for weeks or months. Myself and Peg and Vijay, and Tara, Venki, Sharmila, John Weiler, and Meenakshi Majan, who probably will report to us about an event that took place in New Jersey. But these are all folks that have engaged heroically with our campaign. But I want to especially thank Peg. Peg has been the person who has been there for me when I've had my down moments. She lifted me up when I had crazy ideas that needed to be argued against. She made sure they didn't happen and see the light of day. When we needed creativity, the kind of creativity that I don't possess, she brought it in. When we needed hard work and diligence and just caring for this community, for this project, she's been the heart and soul of this campaign. Without her, we would have never gotten to this point, certainly in this way. The design work, when I met her, 15 years ago, she was the lead designer on a beautiful annual report for a nonprofit that was working in Haiti. And I brought her on knowing that her design skills were excellent, and her liaison with the Gutenberg Group has been exceptional. But again, the heart and soul of this campaign, and Peg, thank you for all that you've done to get us to this point. Just tremendous work. Let us now hear from some of the people that are working on events this coming week. So I'd love to start by hearing a minute or two from Nalini Saligram, who is working with a group of people on a webinar, a town hall, a session tomorrow, Monday, at 7:00 Eastern, if I'm not mistaken, on health and public health and India. And Nalini, would you kick us off and let us know why we should all be heading over tomorrow night at 7 to be part of this wonderful event you're doing?
Yeah, thank you very much. Hey, and let me add my congratulations again. Really, really exciting, honestly. It's really exciting to be part of this. I had no idea that the momentum would build like this, but it's every single day, is exciting. And, the big checks coming in are exciting, but even without the big checks, it is lovely. It's really great. Tomorrow at 7 o'clock, we have a health webinar. We wanted to do this to mark India Giving Day and to mark and to highlight some of the issues we are all dealing with. Okay, this is not money just for giving money. This is solving real problems on the ground. And so the first, thank you for allowing us to do this. It will be the topic is our vision for a healthier India. That is the India Philanthropy Alliance and the India Giving Day community's vision for a healthier India. And fortunately, one of the greatest health leaders of our times really is Dr. Sanjeev Arora. He is the founder of Project ECHO. And so I'm really excited that I can engage with him in a fireside chat. He is a phenomenon and one of the best minds, somebody I have incredible regard for. So it's really great that he is free and is able to come. So we're going to have the conversation. It'll be a fireside chat. So we'll each ask each other some questions about, things that are troubling India and how, we see hope and how we feel that we can, scale some of the solutions that are there, and how we can leverage each other's strengths and reach to make more impact. I do believe that we'll end on a matter of hope, on a note of hope. So I'm very excited about that. It's not doom and gloom. There are many, many issues in health, but I do think it will be very enlightening for all of us to just explore some of these topics. We'll also be joined by two others from the India Giving Day community, from Sumani Dash from the American Friends of HelpAge India, who'll talk about the elderly, and Arman, somebody from Arman, coming, I think, from India at 5:30 in the morning, India time. Neha, I think, who's the director in there. I'm not sure exactly what she does, but she's joining from Bombay. And so it'll be great. They will talk about maternal health. So I will I will be talking about non-communicable diseases and diabetes in particular. And Dr. Sanjeev will talk about democratizing health with his incredible platform, Project ECHO. So very excited. I don't know if Manisha Gandhi, if you're there, if you want to say something, or anybody else from that group tomorrow. Manisha? No, okay. So it's a Zoom, 7 p.m. Eastern. Please join, because I think it's one of the important issue-specific events around India Giving Day.
Thank you, Nalini, and being for yourself such a pillar of this campaign. Sumani, you're going to be also working on a webinar on livelihoods. Why don't we hear a little bit from you?
Thank you, Alex, and just very exciting to be part of this very collaborative first India Giving Day. And I appreciate the opportunity to also just highlight some of the different verticals that HelpAge India certainly works on, but health is certainly one of them. But we also have a strong program around livelihoods, and so we'll be joined by Nishant Pandey of American India Foundation, Jay Sehgal with the Sehgal Foundation, and Kamal Bawa with the Ashoka Trust for Research in Ecology and the Environment. And that webinar is being scheduled for tomorrow at 11 a.m. And I think it gives a good opportunity to really talk about sustainability within the livelihood sector, some of the different programs and methodologies different organizations like ours have adopted to really tackle this essential issue of livelihoods for different sectors. I'm sure, the young people, women, elderly, they all have slightly different needs. So I'm sure we'll hear about some overlapping issues, but also intersections and possible areas of collaboration, etc. So we're very much looking forward to that conversation. I'm not sure if anybody else from that group is available, would like to weigh in, but I just also wanted to thank Peg and Alex for their phenomenal leadership. It's been nice working with, a lot of folks that I haven't had a chance to meet, but just in the last couple of months to We're not a member of the India Philanthropy Alliance, but it's opportunity to engage with such a wide range of nonprofits, all that are working on such critical issues, right? So for all of us, I think the development of India being at the heart of it, it's just been a great way to really be able to come together all for India's sake and for India's development. So with that, we're looking forward to the webinar tomorrow and hope it can really also galvanize folks to pay attention to the livelihoods work that a lot of organizations are doing. So with that, Alex, back to you.
Oh, great. Well, I would say hopefully not a member of IPA yet. But anyway, we'll see about that. Thank you so much. Now we'd love to hear. Tuesday night we have a webinar that is related to youth and the role of youth. You know, at a IPA, we just felt that we weren't doing that good a job of engaging young people a few years ago, and we said, let's, rather than wring our hands about that, let's just try to do a better job. Let's try to learn, and let's try to learn from young people. So we dedicated our Tuesday night webinar to youth engagement, and we wanted to hear from the facilitator of that, Krithi, who is here somewhere, to tell us a little bit about that. Go ahead, Krithi.
Hi, everybody. I'm super excited to be a part of this. So yeah, I'm going to be the moderator for a panel discussion on the importance of youth getting involved in philanthropy. And I think philanthropy is a great way for young people like myself to kind of find a channel to share our voice and kind of create some sort of change. And it's a very tangible way for us to see that change happening. And I think it's really important to expose young people, Gen Z, to philanthropy, because we are the future, and what we do right now and what we are able to donate right now is definitely going to impact our lives. So I think it's really important to get people started, get young people into philanthropy. And I think for young people, it's also important to understand that not necessarily donating money, it's just one aspect of philanthropy, but also like donating our time and getting involved in these different organizations and volunteering is also another form of philanthropy. And it also just kind of helps young people see the value of money and the power that money has in helping transform a lot of people's lives and a lot of our family members and just people in India that we can help. And it just shows, I think it shows how we definitely have the ability to make a change. So I'm super excited to speak to the panelists who were part of the youth essay competition. And yeah, I'm excited for Tuesday. It's from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern time. So it would be great if anyone can come.
Well, I'm coming, that's for sure. Thank you, Krithi, and for your leadership and for speaking up for that great session that's coming. In a moment, I'm going to open this up to anyone who wants to speak, but let me just, there are a few things that are kind of coming up, just so exciting. I wanted to see, Ashwini, are you willing to just tell us a little bit about this song that's coming up, that is going to be coming up by Wednesday, an original song that is going to be the kind of the theme song of India Giving Day. I didn't ask you to do this in advance, so sorry to spring this on you, but are you willing to tell us a little bit about this?
Sure. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak and let us know this exciting news that's coming out. So Shivansh Chaya Kapil, who is one of the India's upcoming music arranger and composer, he is creating an original piece for India Giving Day with support from Viva, but for mostly just calling everybody to rise up and be a part of the movement. And I'm hoping, and it's coming along very well. So the music is in its last stage of getting done. There's editing happening. It was all last minute, so it's taking some time. And then the music video is being made right now, and I think it'll be released on March 1st, just in time for us. So I'm just hoping support from everybody here to give it a listen, share, and use it as a part of your campaign, and make and just share the same love that Shivansh and I and the lyricist and the music director have all put in there, and if all of it is volunteering. So we've all put in some work to making this happen. So I'm hoping what we are creating speaks to all of you, and you can as well share it with others and make this whole effort successful. And I think it's coming along very well. So I'm excited, and the lyrics is very beautiful. It talks about how we need to rise up, and we're all one family, and how giving back is important to the community. So more will come. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashwini. Could Manisha or someone from Pratham, can we hear a little bit about the dance party coming up on Thursday? So excited about that, and just want to make sure everyone's aware of that opportunity.
Sure, I'm happy to. And my colleague Deepti is here too. So Deepti, please add in. But this is, for us, the real theme of this is to celebrate. And so we thought, what better way and more universal way to celebrate than by dancing? So we wanted it to be an all ages, something that would attract everyone. So on Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, Deepti, please correct me if I'm wrong, we are doing a dance party. So we will be joined by a dance instructor. So even if you don't know how to dance, we will help with that. And we just wanted a chance for everybody to come together and celebrate the close of India Giving Day towards the end. So really, really hope people will join, young and old and young at heart. And we expect to have a special presentation or joining by Ishita Ganguly, who's the ambassador for the campaign, with a special performance for us to kick things off. So please do plan on joining, and I can circulate the link in the chat for those who don't know about it.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thanks to the whole Pratham team who's been doing so much, all the organizations. Meenakshi, I understand you've just had an event in northern New Jersey. There have been some events that have already happened, but most of them are still in front of us. You're fresh back from one with the kind of Indian community in Montclair, New Jersey, and that part of the. Anything to report? To us as we all head into this final week? You're on mute, Meenakshi. There we go.
Yeah, I just want to say that we had about 20 women in the room, and we started off with the India Giving Day video. I am so excited because there was so much energy. We spoke about India Giving Day, about the participating organizations, and it was really nice to see the kind of questions that we had and how everyone wanted to know about this. They wanted to get engaged, and one of the surprising things I found was that they really wanted to know more about who were the smaller organizations, which were the organizations who were raising less in the US, because they wanted to support them. So I've come back with a lot of, I think, excitement for this going forward. I have promises from some of the women that they are going to share it on their networks. One of them is going to share it with the Association of Women Physicians. So overall, just a lot of energy and excitement about this event.
Oh, great. Thank you, Meenakshi. Thanks for making that happen. Meenakshi lives in Charlotte, but she has such strong relations with the northern New Jersey Indian community that she used to belong to, that they pulled together for this. I think it'll even be a more robust event next year, but this a great start. Before I open it up to everyone, Venkat, if he's here, I think he is. We've got this great partnership with a radio station in the Bay Area, Bali 92.3, that you made happen. It all came together quickly. Venkat, do you want to just kind of share with us what's going on there?
Yeah, sure, Alex. Hello, everyone. This is Venkat from Agastya, USA. So in fact, we had a radio show this morning that was recorded some time back, but it was played this morning at 9:30 Pacific Standard Time. So myself, Minu from Foundation for Excellence, and Dr. Sanjeev Arora from Project Echo, we three participated courtesy of Minu and her friend Sheetal Vori. She is the radio talk show host. And, basically we talked about our organizations, but they talked about IPA and IGD for quite some time. And then with that entry point, I could get hold of the radio station owner by name Brad, connected him to the Alex. And now we are promoting IGD nonstop for next, from last Friday until next Thursday. I think on the every hour for 30 seconds. So they're talking about the youth competition that is going to happen in future, as well as the IGD. Thanks to Alex for quickly committing to the little bit of money, and we are able to get the big promotion going on the popular radio station here in the Bay Area. And as you all know, like a lot of Indians in the Bay Area. So hoping and, we get some money out of them for all our, IGD participants here, and, eventual benefit to children in to India and the folks back there. Thank you. Thank you, Alex.
Well, thank you, Venkat, and thanks to you and Manisha Gandhi for leveraging your contacts with the kind of the Indian American media here in the U.S. For helping get the word out in ways that are so essential. At this point, I want to open it up to any of you. Now I know Peyton, I see you there with the DC event. Anything you want to share? Anything you want to announce? Anything you want to suggest? Anything you want to complain about? Anything you want to say that would be helpful to moving this forward as we go into these final days? So Deepti, go ahead from Pratham, and let's hear from you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I have to thank, I'm in Dallas from Pratham USA, and I'm in Dallas. I manage Dallas and Austin chapter. One thing that I learned from India Giving Day is also the partnership. I met with Cecil. We had such a great time. And now, with this partnership with Cecil and Jackie from Arogya, it's a great lesson for me. Working for Pratham is like, we can work together, just collaborating with Akanksha Fund and Arogya, and even when we are talking about the PowerPoint presentation and all that we are going to use in the upcoming session, it was just such a nice feeling, we can exist together and prosper together. We don't need to see each other as competitors. I think that was a great learning lesson for me as a professional. And the other day, I remember having a coffee with Cecil, and we were just talking about current kind of programs that we can have. And thank you, Cecil, such a great idea. And we had a program yesterday. We engaged children from Dallas. So we spoke about India Giving Day, and a lot of board members were like, okay, let's have a program. So yesterday there were around 30 children. They came and they drew, they made postcards and a lot of things that we hopefully we plan to send it to India for children in India. But just the idea of creating, because we at Pratham, we are also very committed to creating next generation philanthropists. So we run programs like Readathon for children here, and we talk a lot about children in India. It's just not about raising money, but also creating the next generation philanthropists, just like what Kirti just suggested. And it was so nice to see kids from 6-7 years to 14, 15, 16, 17 years coming together and seeing that, compassion or that care for the cause. And that's how we started yesterday. And thanks to India Giving Day and thanks to Cecil, Manisha, at least we started that in Dallas. Thank you.
Thank you. Peyton, let's go over to you, and just looking forward to hearing about and for me being part of this event in DC this week.
Yeah, thank you, Alex. Hello, everybody. My name is Peyton Souders. I work with the Round Glass Foundation, an organization doing some transformational work on the ground in Punjab, India, hoping that Round Glass can get involved in this campaign next year. It's definitely going to be a priority of mine. But I work very closely with Venki Raghavendra, and if any of you know Venki, as I'm sure many of you do, you know how much he does for philanthropy and how much he does for community organizing in general. So I'm very lucky to be working with him on this event that we're going to do on DC. This is going to take place on March 2nd itself at 4 p.m. from 4 to 7 p.m. And we're going to split our event up into 3 parts. So the first part is going to be a youth-centered panel. We're going to hear from some amazing panelists that are going to give their perspective on how to get young people involved in movements such as this, and into philanthropy in general. I know we've heard from a lot of people of why that's so important today, so I won't go into it, but we all understand. And then, yeah, then after that, we're going to have a networking session with samosas and chai. And then finally, we're going to close the night with a fireside chat between Deepak Raj and Alex, which I'm really excited for. And then another amazing panel with Catherine Hudda, who is an advisor to Safe Water Network, and Brian Jameson from Microsoft. So yeah, it's going to be an amazing night. We're going to hear from some great people. I'm very excited and just really excited to be a part of this campaign as well. The spirit of camaraderie and just seeing how everybody is supporting each other is very exciting for me to see. And yeah, I'm going to drop the link to the event in the chat. It is a free event and we want everybody to be there, but there is limited space. So please make sure to register as soon as you can. And yeah, exciting to meet all of you and hope to see as many of you as can come at the event.
And Peyton, if I have anything to say here, I think a part 4 of the event will be the dance party, which will broadcast on the screen there, so we can all break into Indian dance once we end the panel, the final panel there. So thank you for your wonderful work on this. Who else has something to announce, something to share? I can call on a few people, but I'd love to just hear from anyone who's moved to speak.
I wanted Jackie, if she's there, to say a few words about
Jackie's here.
Video that's coming out. She's worked so hard. So I wanted her to say something.
Let's hear from good old Jackie. Where oh, there she is. All right.
Hello, everyone. First, just want to echo again everyone's words towards Alex and Peg and Sejal and Manisha. The team has been amazing, and we at Arogya are so excited, as one of the smaller organizations, so excited for the opportunity to collaborate with so many great organizations. And this campaign has given us the boost to finally create a video for Arogya World that really tells our story, because we heard in the trainings, we saw time and time again, we have to tell our story, we have to tell our story. And so this was our chance to do so. So we've worked with a crew, we've gotten them out on the ground, we've gotten some great footage, and we're really excited to launch a video truly telling our story, hopefully tomorrow or Tuesday, but just in time for India Giving Day. And we are certain that this is going to really inspire our current donors and our supporters, and hopefully lots of new people to join our cause. And just again, want to thank the team for their inspiration to do this, and giving us the, I wouldn't say courage, but the little push we needed to take this next step. And we're really excited for that to premiere. So be on the lookout. We would love for you all to see it. And then also very excited to work with Sejal and Deepti and everyone in Dallas for the event on Wednesday. So it's a big week for Arogya and all of us, and wishing everyone the best. I love this spirit of collaboration. So thank you all.
Fantastic. Thank you, Jackie. You know, we have lots of things coming up. We have a video that's out from the Indian ambassador to the US that is now circulating on social media, and just applauding what we're doing. And we're so grateful for his endorsement. Also, there's a major article coming out from on the Chronicle of Philanthropy this Wednesday, authored by Sejal J. Segal, who I believe is on the line, and myself, about youth engagement talking about the great work being done by a number of groups, including the American India Foundation, and Akanksha and Segal Foundation. And there's a press release coming out tomorrow. They'll probably be picked up in hundreds of papers around the country and around the world. Who else? Anyone else have something to announce, to share?
I can go ahead.
All right. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. We're so excited at Akanksha. As Sejal mentioned, we're so excited to be, learning with everyone. We wanted a theme for our India Giving Day to really be to celebrate all of the amazing people who are kind of in the Akanksha orbit and to really elevate them for their storytelling. So one of the really amazing things that happened is we have a young professionals network. And two of our representatives, one who is a board member and her brother, who are both part of the YPN network, they recently went to India and they did a whole video and all of this footage of their storytelling and their experience. And they kind of used their own story of why, as young professionals, they're, part of India Giving Day and part of this great network. And so it was really great to see them. They started a fundraiser. So that's been a really inspiring process to me, just to see these little, groups and seeds kind of blossom through this campaign. So that's been really exciting. We're having 5 events, one which many already mentioned, which is the Dallas event. So it's very exciting. We had an online kickoff event that happened last week for some of our long-term supporters. And, we told them all about India Giving Day and the other amazing organizations. So that was really exciting. I think one thing that was also very exciting, because I get a little starstruck, is I don't know all of you if you're familiar with Boman Irani, but he is actually a fan of Akanksha. And so we were able to get him to elevate some of his stuff on social media for India Giving Day. So lots of things happening. It's very exciting. It's great to hear what everyone's doing.
Thank you. Thank you. Speaking of young professionals, and which is one of the topics of this Chronicle of Philanthropy article, the Segal Foundation has been doing so much. And I think Jay is on the line, if I'm not mistaken. And Jay, if you're still with us, love to hear about the article, about what you all are doing. You had a session that was just a couple 10 days ago or a week or two ago. Jay, are you with us? You can share.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are.
Hey,
There you are.
Hi,
Okay.
hi, Alex. Hi,
Yeah.
Alex. Thanks. Thanks. I was just stuffing my face with pizza. My son is over, and he makes a wonderful homemade pizza. So talk about youth here. So
Can you please send some of that to the rest of us?
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, order to open up the chat for all the orders. Yeah. No, thanks, Alex. As always, it's a pleasure to be here, and it's amazing what all is being done. And I'm actually, be very honest, I'm having difficulty keeping track of all the things that are going on this week or has gone on last week. I've been looking at my schedule. Okay, I can't forget tomorrow. I can't forget day after. So no, it's wonderful. I think it is extremely essential, especially the youth being involved from all the organizations. I mean, I'm not just talking about the Segal Foundation, but all Akanksha and everybody, as the youth are getting involved. And that is, I think Kirti said, I think it's absolutely right. That's the future. Youth are the future. We're not gonna be around for a long time, but they are the one who has to take the baton and run with it. And I think we are doing a wonderful service to the future to make sure that these young people take on the work and take on the challenges and understand the challenges at a young age, so they can, as they go through their colleges, as they go through their studies, as they go to grow, they develop new and more modern solutions that are going to be applicable for the future. I mean, things are going to change, things are rapidly changing, and I think these youth will come up with more and more effective solutions for the future. So it's exciting time. I think it's a really exciting time to get the youth involved. And thanks. I can't thank all the organizations here who are a part of this campaign, getting the part of the India Giving Day, as well as getting the youth involved. So exciting, Alex. So thanks for spearheading this whole thing. And Sejal and Manisha, it's just amazing. So thank you all for very much. Wonderful to be here.
Thank you, Jay. Is there anyone here connected with the Chicago event that's happening on India Giving Day? I'm not sure I see anyone connected to that, but there's a great event happening through a couple that I met through Sharmila Rao, who's a consultant to this campaign, and then the AIF's longtime leaders, and I've joined forces with them, and it's now open to the public. And then I understand in Minneapolis there's something. I'm not sure that was mentioned earlier, but Manisha, Peg, anything you want to share about what's happening in the Twin Cities?
Actually, I am happy to, our partner in crime, Thalana Chakravarti, is on the phone, but I know she's driving. Thalana, I don't know if you're able to speak safely. I'd love for you to share about the event if you're able.
Hi, Manisha. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. Well, good evening, everybody. Thalana Chakravarti from the Twin Cities. I have been driving around, but I've just been listening in, and I'm just so humbled and touched, humbled that you guys are, so connected, the collaborative spirit of this whole India Giving Day. But yes, we are also very excited that to partner with actually Pratham Foundation on Wednesday to have a fundraising event, networking fundraising, where we are hoping to kind of seed the concept of the India Giving Day and really bringing in some of the community in, and just having an evening where we could talk to them, we network with them, and really just kind of really have an evening where we can talk about what the India Giving Day is all about, etc. So personally, I am part of this organization called the South Asian Women's Network. It's a professional, it's a networking organization for South Asian professional women, and we are just very, very thankful and grateful for the opportunity to partner with Pratham and have this evening that we are very excited about. Thanks, Manisha.
Thank you to Thalana. I think it's a great example of how, just organizations outside of the 20 formal founding participants have really gotten inspired. So I'm super excited and really grateful to Thalana, who's, made all of this happen, and we'll look forward to reporting back. But if you know anyone in the Twin Cities, please send them that invitation link. I put it in the chat as well.
Thank you. Wow. And, just so much of this is happening at the last minute, or at least we're hearing about it at the last minute. I get emails now, just several a day of groups that I'd never heard of before, saying, can we do something in our city about India Giving Day? And I'm like, go for it. Just take pictures and send them back to us so we can have a record of it. But this has really seemed to strike a chord, and it's just so satisfying and gratifying to see that. I have a couple final things I just want to add at the very end. I want to end on time. But any other final announcements or things anyone wants to share before I give a few final comments? Yes, Sumani, go ahead.
Just quickly wanted to mention that we will likely get an article out in American Bazaar more about our sort of cause, etc. But we'll be mentioning India Giving Day in that as well. And then because I know there's been some talk about engaging the youth, etc. And I have to thank Alex here. About a year ago, he'd introduced me to a young lady who won the middle school essay contest, who I think is getting featured in your event, if I'm not mistaken, Isha Yadav.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so
she's
been such a wonderful, lovely, delightful person for me to personally get to know over the last year. Again, as a non-IPA member, I have to say, I've really appreciated, just this sort of spirit of collaboration that I've certainly seen through Alex in particular. And I've gotten to know her or her mom, but she's also putting out a message in support of our organization that will post on social media, etc. So again, we're very small, very new, but for us, this is a great way to sort of gain some visibility, but also just to get to the next generation about the cause of the elderly. So again, thank you to Alex and Peg and for everything that you've done.
Thank you. All right. Well, let me just end with a couple of comments here. Here we go. I'm just so grateful to all of you, to the steering committee, to people who've spoken tonight, to people who haven't, who've just been listening mode. But I think we were all kind of struck this week when Ajay Banga was nominated to be the president of the World Bank. I've had a chance to get to know Ajay, and some of you maybe only know him by reputation. And one of the things he said when he took over as head of MasterCard is he said, you know what, folks, Visa is not our enemy. Our enemy is cash. And he actually has a great analysis of how cash actually is not really the helpful to a lot of poor people because of theft and other things. And so he said, Visa is not our enemy. We need to join forces with the organization that we've thought of as our competitor and actually try to change the world with them in a positive way. And very much so in our community where, some of us have been affiliated with one or more of these great organizations represented on this call. And sometimes we would think, gosh, another organization raising money for India, that was an organization we needed to think of in an oppositional way. And the truth is that no, they are our friends, they are our allies. And what's really the opponent here, the enemy here, is the hurt that is being experienced by marginalized people in India and in other places around the world. It's the lack of people being able to realize their full potential. That is the enemy. That is the enemy that we're all joined together tonight and throughout this week and throughout this campaign, and until the work is done to defeat that enemy. And honestly, I am sure that there is someone being born in India today with all of the intellectual and social and emotional talents that Ajay Banga has, but for lack of the support for their healthcare, for their education, for their livelihood, for other services that are being done by this group, they will not reach their potential. They will not become the president of the World Bank. But with that support that we all try to provide in each of our way, big and small, across different sectors, that child that was born today with all of the gifts that the greatest among us has will reach their full potential. And that's when we'll know that India Giving Day was what it was meant to be, what we dreamed it could be this year and in the future. So I wish you all a great week. Thank you for coming out tonight. Let us know how it goes, the good, the bad, the things that don't work out as you hope, the things that exceed your hopes. And let's all debrief afterwards and set up to even a bigger year, India Giving Day next year. Thanks to all of you.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Peg, for all your support. We're very thankful.
Thank you, Mr. Alex. This is Gangi Reddy from India. I'm very happy and exciting today evening meet you India Giving Today because I'm a grassroots level NGO working in particularly in Anadi tribals, rural and remote areas, small and marginal farmers, like that. I hope how to get membership and become a partner of this great India Giving Day. The great people I have seen today. So I will be keep in touch and regularly I share my work also. So kindly guide me how to.
Yeah, I'll be in touch. I'm so glad you could join from India. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome once again.
Okay.
Thank you.
Alex, well done. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, this worked
Let's
okay.
Bring
Keep
it
going.
home. Yes, another 4 or 5 days. You should be very, very proud, Alex, and really just some amazing work. I am so inspired and so good, so good. Manisha, we're gonna miss your dance party because there's an event at my house that day for India Giving Day.
Oh.
But I know, so we might just say, okay, to heck with Akanksha, let's just dance with Pratham.
I will at least put on the music in the background.
But
I don't know
anyway,
what's
great.
in store, but if you need entertainment, then you can,
Yes,
everyone can
yes.
break out in group dance.
You bet, you bet. But thank you again. Yep, we catch up soon. Bye.
Yeah, good night.